When you're starting out tatting, it's really hard to understand all of the tatting abbreviations, and there's kind of all different schools of how to abbreviate things, depending on how new the pattern is and who did it and what train of thought went into it. So the ones that you see the most often, I will have in my abbreviation sheet below this video, if you want to go ahead and look at that. And so to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and I'll have appear on the screen the abbreviations for a complete ring. So a capital R is going to stand for ring, and that's going to appear at the start of each line if you're going to make a ring. If you're going to make a chain, you will see a capital C, small h. So CH for chain, R for ring, and that's going to be at the start of each line because that's going to tell you what you're making. It's going to tell you, are you making a ring or are you making a chain? So that's the first thing you need to know. So for the first line, when you see it's clearly an R, a big R, so we're going to go ahead and we know that we're making a ring. So we go ahead and we look at the next section and it says DS. Well, DS is the abbreviation for double stitch. So we know double stitch, and then there'll be a number next to it that'll say like 4 double stitch, 4 DS. And that will tell us that we're going to make 4 double stitches before we do the next thing. And another way this sometimes is abbreviated, I don't like this method so much, but a lot of people do use it, is the really shorthand version is just to put a number. So if you see a pattern that says 4 and then there's like a dash, the 4 by itself is standing for double stitch. And again, I don't really like that method so much, but you will sometimes see it. So that is an alternate. When you get to the next thing, so you've made, you know you're doing a ring, you've done 4 double stitches, now you're ready to do a picot, and that's what the abbreviation P is going to tell you. It tells you to make a picot. If there's only a P, then that means you're only making 1 picot. If there's a number in front of the P, then that's telling you how many picots you're going to do in a row. But usually you just make 1 picot. And the way that that is abbreviated in that alternate method of tatting directions is to do the dash. So sometimes if you see a number and you see a dash, and then you see a number and you see a dash, that's when they're telling you 4 double stitches, 1 dash means 1 picot, and so on, so on, so on. Very confusing. So I would recommend, if you can, to stick with the patterns that actually have 4 DS, and then a picot, and so on. So for this pattern that you're looking at, it's going to be 4 DS picot. So it means you're doing 4 double stitches. You're going to do 1 picot. And if you look at the next part of it, it says 4 DS again, so 4 more double stitches, and then a picot again, so another picot. And you're just going to continue on with that until when you look at it, you see 4 double stitch, 1 picot, 4 double stitch, 1 picot, 4 double stitch, 1 picot, 4 double stitch. At that point, you've finished your line of all your stitches, and then it says CL. And CL means you're going to close your work, and it's only going to say CL when you're making a ring, because only in a ring do you actually have to close it to form that ring. So as you slide your tatting off your needle, because it says CL, you know you're going to take that needle and you're going to pass it through the loop in that tail thread. And then when you pull that tight, that's going to close your work. So that's what the CL stands for. And after you've done that, depending on the pattern and what they want you to do, it'll say reverse work, or it possibly will not say that. And if it says reverse work, that's going to be abbreviated RW. And you will do that sometimes in chains and sometimes in rings. So go ahead, this one says RW, so go ahead and flip it over and reverse your work. At this point, you're ready to start a chain, because the next line that comes up is going to say capital C, small h. And so that is the abbreviation for chain, as we went over before, and so you know that you're doing a chain at this point. So then you're going to go ahead and follow the stitches again that come after that, and again you'll see that it's 4 DS, so you're making 4 double stitches, and then there's 1 picot, 4 double stitches, 1 picot, 4 double stitches, 1 picot, 4 double stitches, and so go ahead and finish that, and then you'll notice there's a reverse work after that. So what you're going to do is, after you've finished those stitches, you're going to go ahead and slide your work off your needle, and then because there's an RW, you're going to reverse your work. And that's pretty much how the basics of tatting directions go. And so just practice that and ask me a question or comment, whatever, if you need extra help. And you can connect with me on Facebook as well, RustiKate on Facebook. So let me know what extra info you need. If you come across a pattern that's really weird and you don't understand it, go ahead and send me a link to it and I'll take a look when I can. So I hope this has been helpful. Take care.